What if the loose change in your pocket could secretly be worth a fortune? Hidden among old, dirty coins are two mysterious treasures. The 1971 and 1979 Elizabeth 20 new Pence coins featuring Queen Elizabeth II. At first glance, they look ordinary, worn, faded, almost forgotten. But collectors are hunting rare variations that can turn these humble coins into jaw-dropping payouts. Minting errors, rare dates, and unique conditions have shocked experts before, and they could shock you too. What if I told you that a dirty, forgotten 1971 coin sitting in your drawer right now could be worth life-changing money? Not hundreds, not even just thousands, but in some rare cases, tens of thousands of pounds. And the craziest part? Most people have no idea they're holding a piece of hidden treasure. Today, we're diving into one of the most overlooked coins in UK history, the 1971 Elizabeth II new Pence, a coin that looks ordinary, but hides shocking secrets that could turn spare change into big money. Now let's go back in time. The year is 1971. The UK is going through a historic transformation called decimalization. Old currency is being replaced. New coins are introduced, including the new pence. These coins were meant to mark a new financial era. But during this transition, mistakes were made. Quietly, secretly. And those mistakes are what make some of these coins incredibly valuable today. At first glance, the 1971 new pence coin looks simple. You'll see Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on one side, young, elegant, facing right. On the other side, the Prince of Wales' feathers with the words, New Pence. Most people ignore it. But collectors? They look closer, because hidden in the smallest details is where the real treasure lies. Now here's where things get exciting. Some 1971 coins were struck with unusual characteristics, subtle differences that most people would never notice. But collectors pay big money for them. Let's start with identification. If you want to know whether your coin could be valuable, pay attention to this very carefully. First, check the date. It must say 1971. Next, look at the wording. It should clearly say new pence, not 2 pence. That's crucial because new pence was only used for a short time. Now here's the shocking part. There are rare error versions of this coin that can explode in value. One of the most famous is the mistrike error. This happens when the coin wasn't properly aligned during minting. You might see parts of the design off-center, or slightly doubled. These coins, depending on the severity, can be worth anywhere from £50 to over £500. But wait, it gets even crazier. Some collectors have reported double die errors on early decimal coins. That means parts of the text or design appear slightly duplicated. It's subtle, but if you spot it, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds or even thousands. Now let's talk about condition, because this is where old and dirty becomes powerful. Most people think dirty coins are worthless. But in reality, original condition, even with age, can actually increase value if the details are still sharp. A well-preserved 1971 new pence coin with minimal wear could easily sell for £10 to £50, and that's just the beginning. But here's the attention reset you don't want to miss. In rare cases, collectors have paid shocking prices at auctions for early decimal coins with unique features. Some early new pence coins, especially those with unusual strikes or rare finishes, have reached hundreds and even crossed into the thousands when bidding wars happen. Imagine that, a coin you might ignore, turning into serious big money just because of a tiny minting mistake. Now look at the rim of your coin. This is something beginners often overlook. The rim should be smooth but well-defined. If you notice irregular edges, cracks, or what looks like a clipped section, that could be a mint error. And guess what? Error rims can push values up significantly, sometimes £100 to £300 or more, depending on rarity. Let's go deeper. Color matters too. A normal 1971 new pence coin has a rich bronze tone. But if your coin looks unusually dark, overly bright, or uneven in color, it could indicate a rare metal composition issue or environmental toning that collectors love. Unique toning can sometimes add unexpected value. Now here's another shocking fact. Some coins from 1971 were struck using early production dies that wore down quickly. That means weak details, like faded lettering or softer images, can sometimes indicate early or experimental strikes. These aren't always easy to spot, but when verified, they can attract serious collectors willing to pay big money. Let me tell you something important. The difference between a regular coin and a valuable one often comes down to tiny details. A slight shift in text, a small doubling, a minor flaw in the rim. These are the clues that separate pocket change from hidden treasure. And here's the emotional truth. There are people out there who have found rare coins in jars, old wallets, even inherited collections, and sold them for amounts they never imagined. Life-changing value. hiding in plain sight. So before you dismiss that old, dirty 1971 coin, take another look. Check the date. Check the wording. Examine the edges. Look for errors. Study the color. Because the next shocking discovery could be yours. And just when you think you've seen it all, remember this. There are still undiscovered varieties out there. Coins that haven't been documented yet. Coins sitting quietly in collections, waiting to be noticed. The hunt is far from over. So here's your mission. Right now, go grab your coins. Check every 1971 new pence you can find. Because one small detail could turn an ordinary coin into big money, hidden treasure, even life-changing value. And if you want to uncover more shocking coins that could make you rich, make sure you subscribe, because the next coin we reveal might be worth even more, and you definitely don't want to miss it. What if I told you a dirty 1979 coin sitting quietly in your pocket right now could be worth big money, even hundreds or thousands of pounds, and in rare cases, something close to life-changing value? Most people spend it without a second thought, but collectors? They're hunting for it. Because today, we're talking about the mysterious, overlooked, and surprisingly valuable 1979 Elizabeth II new pence, a coin that looks completely ordinary, but hides secrets that could turn it into hidden treasure. Let's rewind for a second. By 1979, the UK had already switched to decimal currency years earlier. The new pence coins introduced in 1971 were still in circulation, but something interesting was happening behind the scenes. The Royal Mint was refining its production, experimenting with dies, and quietly producing coins that, without anyone realizing, would later become collector gold. And here's the strange part. Even though millions of these coins were made, only a tiny fraction carry the features that make them valuable today. At first glance, your 1979 new pence coin shows a familiar design. On one side, a young Queen Elizabeth II, elegant, detailed, facing right. On the reverse, the Prince of Wales feathers with the words, new pence. But here's your first clue. Check the wording very carefully. By the early 1980s, the wording changed from new pence to two pence. So a 1979 coin with new pence is historically correct. But here's where things get exciting. Some rare transitional errors and unusual strikes from this period have shocked collectors and sold for serious big money. Now let's talk identification, because this is where your hidden treasure might reveal itself. First, confirm the date, 1979. Next, check the text. It should say new pence. Now, look closely at the Queen's portrait. If you notice doubling around the lettering or the outline of the face, you might be looking at a double die error. These are rare, and depending on visibility, can sell for £100 to £1,000 or more. But wait, it gets even more shocking. There are coins from this era with off-center strikes, where the design is slightly shifted. If your coin looks like it wasn't perfectly aligned when struck, don't ignore it. These coins can reach £50 to £500, sometimes more if the error is dramatic. And here's something most people completely miss. The rim. Run your finger along the edge of your coin. Does it feel uneven? Is there a flat or clipped section? That could be a clipped planchet error, a mistake during the cutting process. These are highly collectible and can push your coin into the hundreds of pounds range. Now let me reset your attention with something even crazier. Some collectors have discovered die cracks and cuds on 1979 new pence coins. These look like raised lines or blobs of metal on the surface. To the average person, it looks like damage. But to a collector, that's a mint error. And that's where the big money begins. Coins with strong die cracks have been known to sell for £50 to £300, depending on how visible and unique the feature is. Now let's talk about color, because this is where your old and dirty coin might actually shine. A standard 1979 new pence coin has a bronze tone. But over time, coins develop toning, sometimes dark brown, sometimes with hints of red or even unusual patterns. If your coin has a unique or attractive tone, collectors may pay a premium. In some cases, beautifully toned coins have sold for £20 to £100 plus, even without errors. But here's the part that might shock you the most. Condition matters a lot. If you somehow have a 1979 new pence coin that looks almost uncirculated, sharp details, minimal wear, it could be worth far more than face value. High-grade examples have reached £50, £100, or more at auction. And yes, there have been real auction sales where rare error coins from this era sparked bidding wars. Collectors competing, prices rising, all over a coin most people wouldn't even pick up off the ground. Think about that for a second. A coin you might ignore could be someone else's hidden treasure. Now here's another detail to check. Look closely at the lettering new pence. Are the letters crisp, or do they appear slightly doubled or uneven? Any irregularity here could signal a rare variety. Even small differences can turn a common coin into something collectors chase. And don't forget the weight and thickness. While most 1979 coins follow a standard, occasional production anomalies can result in slight differences. If your coin feels unusually light or thick, it might be worth investigating further. Here's the emotional truth. People all over the world have discovered valuable coins in the most ordinary places. Old jars, forgotten drawers, even loose change from a shop. And when they realize what they've found, it changes everything. That's the power of hidden treasure. That's the thrill of chasing big money. And that's why this 1979 new Pence coin is so exciting, because it's still out there, still circulating, still waiting to be discovered. So don't ignore that old, dirty coin. Examine it. Study it. Look for the details others miss. Because the difference between a worthless coin and life-changing value is often just one tiny mistake made decades ago. And here's the cliffhanger you don't want to miss. There are rumors among collectors that even rarer, undocumented variations of late 1970s new Pence coins are still being discovered today. Coins that haven't yet hit the spotlight. Coins that could be worth even more. So what if the next one is already in your hands? Go check your coins right now. Because your next discovery could be big money, hidden treasure, and maybe even the moment that changes everything. And if you want more shocking discoveries like this, make sure you subscribe, because the next coin we reveal might be worth even more, and you won't believe what we've found.